everyone's grandma. For Haja Umu Jalloh. For all the decades of Haja Umu's life, we never had a reason to hold our breath to listen to the rhythm of her breathing. However, on a week in October, we held ours to count hers with the same tasbir we use for our zikr and takbir, to ask Allah to heal her. Duas leapt from our lips like arrows to reach the throne. Our sujuds charged with prayers, bellowed like smoke from Habil's sacrifice in a bygone epoch. In distress, we prayed for Haja Umu, like Prophet Yunus prayed in the belly of the whale. We prayed on the summit of faith, as Ibrahim prayed in the scrum of the fire. And in the peak of our torment, we prayed as Hajar prayed for water between the twin mountains of Safa and Marwa. We prayed like Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed for the Oumar in his last sermon. Then we stretched our arms and gazed skyward. Then we bowed down in supplication for the return of Haja Umu in good health to our lot in home. Nerves frayed, breath bated, and anxiety in angst, we waited at the edge of our sanity for her to recover, to remove the yoke of grief or ailments placed on our necks. Fairfax Hospital became our home and workplace as we changed shifts to care for a mother who cared for us when we were just babbling babies. Our end of shift notes was inundated with tears and prayers for her. We prayed as we have never prayed before for a life that gave us life. But the inevitability of her death hung over us like a raging gale force. On the fourth day in the intensive care unit, we connected the dots. And the dreaded term, terminal, echoed in the chambers of our minds. But our faith was strong. We played Surah Yasin from her phone as we asked Allah to do what is best for our grandma. Yet the labored breathing continued, even with the aid of machines. Then the doctors sought our assent to deploy more machines. Then they requested more procedures to prolong her life in pain, to make her live a borrowed time deprived of dignity. We declined on her behalf to let her die as she lived in dignity. On the eve of the 10th day, our prayers reached Allah's throne as the intransigent machines gave us readings of positive vital signs. We heaved a sigh of relief and raised our hopes like the minaret of Baitul Muqaddas. But on the 10th day, the Fajr Azan was Malak al-Maut's cue. Sadie, the night nurse, saw the shadow of imminent death pacing the room. She called for the presence of Abdul Malik, the son, to witness the return of a sweet soul to the Maker. Abdul entered the room to feel his mother's pulse, like he had felt the pulses of other mothers in imminent death. He interrogated the monitors, as he had done with several monitors in the decades he had spent in the medical field. The screen spoke the dialect of death. Beep, beep, and beep. The thought of finality from the machine echoed like a judge's gavel, pronouncing a death sentence. Then the feared straight line articulated Grandma's last breath as she drank from the grail of death, promised to all living things in the Quran. The anguish of pronouncing the demise of a beloved mother to his 24 siblings tied Abdul Malik's tongue in knots. It twisted his words in knuckles, so when the words finally left his lips, they landed like a nuclear bomb, taking everything in its path. The devastation was palpable, the crescendo of the cries was harrowing, and the pain of losing a loved one penetrated the core of the soul. Yet unflinching faith leaped from the wreckage of loss like a phoenix, with the belief that Grandma left this fleeting world to become co-eternal with Allah, who created her when she was not even a thing remembered. We anchored our anguish in Allah's promise to reward the faithful in the hereafter. So, we took solace in the verse affirming our mortality. Inna lillah wa inna illahi rajihun, as we returned her to the Maker with a prayer for her soul to be sent in Al-Jannatul Fidaus. By Oumar, Farouk, Sesay. Voiced by Celia, Kodjo, Dadson. Rest well, Grandma Haja Umu Jalloh.